Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. This is one of those games that it just happens and you're not 100% prepared for it because you've done things differently if you were 100% prepared. Chief among them would be I'd have put different boosters on here if I would have known it was going to be happening. But you never do, so you just do your business, and whatever happens, happens, good or bad. That's one of the things you learn. So, what is it that happened? Well, as you probably know, I had a super monster game in the 38H. For those of you who may not be aware, new viewers, friends of friends, what have you, the 38H is my primary commander building tank. So it's a tank that I use to set up commanders, from beginner commanders to probably you would call them intermediate, I guess. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. Well, I don't have any beginner commanders actually, but that's because of my daily work that I do in working on these commanders. Best I have to show you that at this point is this Japanese commander that has 3 skills, and that's why that number 3 is highlighted orange. If we go over here and take this off, this shows all my commanders, and I have to sort through those. I'm going to show them 9 at a time. If I look at my beginner commanders with 1 skill, I don't have any. 2, don't have any. We got the one Japanese guy from 3. 4, don't have any. I bring these up to 5s. Now 5, I have 40 different 5 skill commanders. Just to give you an idea. And this Nazi zombie guy is one of those guys. So he was the commander I used when I was playing this match. In fact, there he is right there. Now the thing you see also is that he has an open slot for skill. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this slot. Go right here to his skill. This is skill number 5. Now I've made different videos on this tank about commanders before. This is just going to be a quickie recap for people again who aren't familiar, looking to be more understanding of what's going on with commanders. First one I put on this guy. This is a 3-star commander, 30% bonus, the best you can get. One of them, anyway. There's a bunch of different ones. All those are 3 stars. This guy has quick learner number 1. Number 2, I put rapid loading on him. Number 3, armor angling. This is the only defensive placement you can put on him. So the sooner you get it on there, the more damage it's going to block, essentially. The 4th one is born leader. This gives you a slight upgrade in vision, in camouflage rating, in reloading, in accuracy. So anything that your commanders do, they do it just a hair better. Born leader is just like having a fan in your tank, if your tank can have a fan, and it's also the same as enhanced rations. And yes, that means you can, in some tanks, have all 3 of these: born leader and the commander, the rations as consumables on your tank, and equipment is a fan. All 3 of them can stack, and they do make your crews better. That's the key. So here what we're going to do is we're going to move this 5 skill commander bundle to another commander and use this guy to build up that Japanese commander. Actually, we're going to swap it out with him. So on this guy, on him, we're going to put the steady aim. This will give the maximum increase to accuracy. So now, let's go look at this Japanese guy and see if he's in a tank. I don't think he is. He is not in a tank. Now, these are all Japanese commanders that are in tanks. I availed myself of these characters when they showed up, so I'd have them. And in fact, I have more than I need because I have this one Japanese commander that's not assigned, plus the samurai commander. But anyway, that's not a big deal. What we're going to do is get this 3. What the heck? Oh, he's unassigned. The heck? All right. So this guy, I'm going to go to him, and we're going to go to this commander and swap him out, or swap out his skills with a 5-star Nazi zombie. What? There he is. Swap this guy skills for 25,000. All right, now we're going to get back here. So he has the 3 skills that the Japanese commander had. The Japanese commander will now have the 5 skills that he had. And if we go here and go to the Japanese commander, I'm sorry, this guy is still unassigned. There's my samurai. Hey, wait a second. Yeah, he's got 5 also. So as you can see, these are the 5 skills that came from the Nazi zombie. So that shows you how to swap commander skills for silver. 5,000 a skill for the most advanced commander. The other one travels in its place to the other guy for free. So 5 skills is 25,000. If you had 9 skills, it would be 45,000 silver. So we got that done. And now this guy, after we put that skill on him and swapped it over, he's back down to 3. So what we're going to do here is check out our boosters times 4. We'll times 4 this guy, and in our games we'll do that. But this is what happened after the game that I'm going to show you. In the game I showed you, I only had 4 skills and a 4 times commander booster. Welcome to the mines. All right, this map, there's 2 guys on each team, 2 humans and 13 robots. My partner is an M14, and I am, of course, a 38H right down here. Everybody else is a robot. So the thing to do around here is to maximize your positioning to prevent being damaged. So here, our opponents, one of them is a 38H. The other one is, what is he? Good question. He is a T1E6X1. So he's the X1 model of the T1E6. You know, there's a Xbox 360 version, the Xbox One version, and also a PlayStation version. I personally have the 360 version. That's the one. I got that tank when I was on the 360 playing this game, way back in time. So what I'm doing is I'm moving to the top of the hill, as you can see right here. I want to get up here. That guy came in behind, so he just got tagged and killed by myself, which turned out to be a very fortuitous kill. I'm making use of the rocks to block while I'm drilling this guy into the Stone Age. Hasta la vista, baby. So that's 2 right there. You know, the basic thing that I play all the time. Play to win, play to score, because my commander score at the end of the match, with or without using a booster depending, will matter on how much damage I do, not how many guys I kill. Killing is a bonus. The primary goal is to do as much physical damage as you can do to enemy tanks. As you see, it turns white every time I'm drilling him. That purple guy, he's about to go down. So long, chump. I had to lean over basically and get a shot on that guy. And just hope that E6 isn't paying attention. So that guy's toast as well. That should be number 4. 4 for me, yes. Make it 5. Now, it's really hard to get a lot of kills in this match. It's because the traffic pattern of your guys as well as the enemies. So you catch some breaks, you don't catch some breaks. You can have a great match and do 4 kills. I've done it before. You can have a great match and do, well, a lot more like I'm doing in this game, because the traffic pattern allows you the time and the position to get those kills that you may not be getting in other matches. And like I told the other guys, you're gonna need to catch a break or 2 here or there to have this to do great. It's not show up, roll out in the match, and just roll 10 or more guys. It doesn't work that way. You know, some people would try to belittle players for playing 38H. It's too easy. Oh, if it's so easy, why don't you go do it? Well, the answer is it isn't easy. It's slower than dirt. And those are the kind of guys that they want to play their whatever overpowered tanks, you know, with whatever attributes that they enjoy, whatever that is. What makes you a better player is by playing a tank that's slow and makes you think to get where you need to be. 38H is perfect for that. So I work on my commanders because it's the #1 commander builder in the game. 50% base commander experience bonus on the tank. You can add 10% with the enhanced rations and add 10% to that with your commander's quick learner ability if you choose it. And if you choose a 30% commander, you get 50% plus 10% plus 10% plus 30%, which is that's 100% bonus. So you're going to get double what a regular Panzer would do, like whatever a regular tier 2 Panzer, like a Panzer II, for example. This would get double the experience for commanders that a Panzer II would get. That's just the easiest way to look at it. It's 100% bonus. You multiply that with a ×4, and it gets to be nasty. Or a ×8, it gets to be super nasty. Now, I didn't use a ×8 in this match. I used a ×4. I'm a reasonable guy. I hope to have a great match, 1,500 damage or more. But that, is not always in the cards. So one of the things that happens in this tank is that you come to this decision. It's one-on-one. What do you do? I thought, well, I probably should go to the base. Haven't heard or seen this guy. Don't know where he is. A lot of times these guys are wall humping or they get stuck somewhere else. Who knows? Turns out that wasn't the case here. But I was thinking I'm going to go to the base as fast as I can and, you know, see what happens. But something happened here that was, you know, I wasn't anticipating. It is a possibility. And the possibility is that the enemy is on his way to my base. So instantly, when I saw that come on the screen, I had to turn around. Because from where I'm located right there, it's over a minute to get back to my base. I was almost at the point of no return. And if I cross the point of no return, which is an imaginary line, in a 38H, I would never make it back in time unless the robot exposed himself to me shooting him as I approached the base. So, luckily for me, it was not at or, you know, really super close to the point of no return, but it was kind of close. And I say that because I make it back. But that's just one of those, that's one of the dilemmas that the 38H has, is that if you get past that and you can't make it back, you're going to lose the game just because you're slower than dirt. Luckily for me, you know, I mean, it was super luck. In the old days before they messed with the programs, if you jump in the enemy robot's base, he would jump out of your base to come and get you. Now, sometimes they don't do it. It's kind of randomized, so you don't know for sure. And as you see here, I made it back with seconds to spare. If I were you, I'd go back and watch the end of this again when the alarm hits. That way you'll know I was actually closer to the point of no return than I anticipated. But once I hit him, he lost his capture points and it was dog meat at that point. So this is the fun part. You get back here, you know you're MVP. That's really, you know, not a big deal. But what it means is that, look at those kills. 12 kills. It took me 10 years to make 12 kills in a match. Well, you know, 10 years and 3 months actually, plus a little bit extra. This is, you know, April the 4th. So 12 kills for me, my new record. It's super hard to get 12 kills anywhere. A new record in 38H damage, 2742. Just an absolute monster game. Now we need to go check the stats and see what happens. So let's go do that. So we have arrived at the end of game screen stats. And as you can see, this is Monster City. And it's good because I have a monstrous commander. But as you see right there, the bar is filling up on the commander skill number 5. Flashes gold, cha-ching. That raked it in nasty. Look at that orange box at the bottom of the screen. Now, I did lose 27,000 plus silver. I make that back in Cold War, no problem. So when I play 38H, I use all premiums. And it's going to cost me a fortune like it did. But I'm willing to pay silver to get commander points because you can't get commander points for silver anywhere else except by using it on this guy or other guys like it. Look at that commander score. 56,000 is the kind of commander score you would get with a good game in a ×6 booster or a pretty good game in a ×8 booster. I was using a ×4 booster and I had the most monstrous 38H game I've ever seen. That's how I got 56,000 commander points in one game with 4 times booster. Fantastic stuff. 12 kills, as you saw, 2,700 plus damage, 87 direct hits. Now this thing carries 100 rounds. I hit almost every shot, which was really good. I didn't run out of bullets either. Block 900 damage. That's pretty good too. That's one of the things about the 38H. It does block damage. Several hundred a game usually. Now, why don't we go take a look at those medals and see what kind of juicy stuff we got? We got 11 medals. Must be good, right? Well, it is good. You get an ace badge. Now, I already had the ace badge for this tank. For me, the main prize was the 12 kills because that's my highest kill count in a game. It's super difficult, as you see, and like I said, you have to have some luck. You got to play great. You got to have a team that isn't awesome either. Okay, they've got to be not too hot so that you can get those kills. You know, a lot of things have to go your way. Some of them good, some of them not good. So you really need to master your tank. And, you know, I play this every day so that I can have theoretically a game like this. You know, I don't really do like, I don't do a bunch of games. I don't do 20, 30 games. I do 5 to 10, depending on how I feel on a daily basis, okay? I might do 2 if I don't really feel like playing or if I have something else to do. So I don't do it a lot. I just do whatever I feel like I need to do. Sometimes currently I have days where I haven't played any because I didn't have any commanders that I really needed to boost up. Okay, so I'm like taking it easy. But here, let's go through the medals. This is the ace badge. This is, you know, a killer if you don't have it. It's hard to get. You got to get 2,300-ish ballpark with a certain number of kills to get one. Cool-headed. Survive at least 10 ricochets and non-penetrations in a row from enemy team players. Bruiser. Knock out enemy modules or crew. Top Gun. Kills 6 guys or more. Shell-proof. Have total damage blocked by your armor exceed the points of your vehicle. So that was a check mark. Fire for effect. Do more damage than your hit points did that. High caliber. Top damage scorer on my team. Yeah, 2,700 and a 38H. You'll be top damage scorer. Duelist. Kill 2 guys that, at least 2 guys that cause damage to your vehicle. Defender. Reduce the number of enemy capture points of a friendly base to 70, by 70 or more, which I did because I barely made it with seconds to spare at the end. Man, it was close. Steel wall. Receive potential damage of at least 1,000 hit points and survive, which I did. I blocked 900 and something, but there was other ones that, were just ricochet shots. So I guess that's what counts there. And then we have the Hand of God. Survive and win the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy vehicles. Very difficult to get in general. You got to catch a break, and you got to have a tank that has really good armor for its tier. And the Panzer 38H is certainly one of those tanks. Now, in case you're one of the people that doesn't know, I'll mention this when it's relevant. This dude, you can get this for absolutely free, no strings attached. It's right in your Xbox store, or it's right in your PlayStation store. There's a 2-pack, World of Tanks and World of Warships Legends Joint Forces. That 2-pack has both of the games. You don't need to download the games. There's 2 10-megabyte files. One is a free tank, the 38H. The other is the free ship. I don't play the ship game, so I couldn't tell you what ship it is. This tank takes about 30 seconds to get. A minute if you're not having a really easy time of finding it. It's not that difficult to me, but if you don't know, you can't find it, send me a message. I'll give you the helpful info on how to get it. Super awesome tank, as you saw. Just a fantastic monster. This makes you better because it forces you to make good decisions because you're slow. On flat ground, you go about 24 kilometers per hour. Downhill, it'll go 42, but it doesn't go downhill that long because there's no hills that are that long. So up the hill's about 8. 8 to 10 depending. So you don't want to go uphill in this tank. You want to go downhill as much as possible. So you learn with this tank that you need to make good decisions on your positioning, because in every mistake you make, you have to double back and go, geez, I got to go back. Like when I went back, when I was going to the enemy base and was getting close to the invisible line, which is the line of the line of no return. You get to the point of no return, you're not gonna save the game, because the guy will capture the base before you make it back to shoot him. So I got super lucky there. There's other things, like I said, the thing about the traffic of how on that map in your game, the traffic will be slightly different than other games. And if you're in the right place where you can score with the traffic flow, great. If you're not in the place to score where the traffic flow is happening, it's going to reflect in your score. That's just the way it is. You're going to catch some breaks, good. You're going to hope to catch some good breaks. And sometimes you're not going to catch good breaks. So it just depends, and it's one of those things. You just keep doing it. Do the best you can. I don't sit out here and go, well, I'm just going to go out today and play a game of 38H, and I'm going to score 2,500 damage, kill 10 guys. It's happened a few times, but it happens, as part of the randomness. It's not something I can force on the game. I play my best every time, and I usually have a very good game every time. But hey, sometimes you're not as good, and sometimes you don't catch breaks. I've had games where I've scored, 1,500 damage and got 3 or 4 kills. And, I had a great game, but just wasn't special, because other guys killed the guy as I'm shooting him. Bam, he's almost dead. The next guy kills him. Oh, well, whatever. It's what happens. You're going to do it and you're going to steal kills from other people. They're going to steal them from you. It all works itself out in the end, so I don't really worry about it too much. That's just me personal. So I'm just trying to give you some helpful information here as you try to digest the info in this game video that will help you get better. This is the kind of game video that helps you get better. You may not realize it immediately, but you will at some point realize that you watch a lot of videos that don't really help you get better, because a lot of the players that are making those videos are way higher than you, and they're not talking to your level of player, whatever that level is. They're dealing with someone who's much higher up on the list, okay, who has a different, or who may have a different expertise than you do, without mentioning that. 38H, is a medium style tank, or heavy tank style, because it's so slow. So it plays different. It's a light tank, but it plays different than a light tank because it has no speed whatsoever unless you drop it off the cliff. So, the type and designation is different because it plays more like a medium tank. Good armor, but not fast, not highly mobile. Has a really good turret rotation, however. So that is a thing that's useful. You got to know the strengths of your tank. You got to make use of that turret rotation. Get your equipment on there. I guess I should show you my equipment. All right, let's go. Equipment on this tank. Tracks. This increases your turret rotation. Your body rotation. Engine. This gives you horsepower for faster startups. Advanced optics. This gives you enhanced vision range. Right now I'm 386. This is the fan I was telling you about. This gives you increased crew performance. Now if we look here, turret rotation in this tank, 51 degrees is very good. You want to be 50 or more in general. So what happens if you have light tanks trying to circle you with their speed to kill you? You need to get next to a big rock or a house or something that they can't blow up, a rock wall, and use your turret rotation to shoot them freehand. You'll never hit them if you rely on the auto lock. it won't auto lock on them, because it does, but the bullet travels so slow that it will fire behind them every time. You have to freehand the shot. You got to aim about a foot or 2 feet in front of the tank, and they're fast like a T2 light, about 3 or 4 feet in front of the tank, to let the bullet, impact them in the side as they're coming around. So that's just a helpful hint. So covered everything really that needs to be covered in this video. Like I said, study this one again. Watch the engagements that I had. Watch how guys are being shot, where they're being shot, etc. I didn't want to get too intricate in the description to bore people to death. I want to give you kind of a good feel and keep it kind of upbeat, so you can, get in the feel of having fun, as opposed to making this some kind of torturous ordeal. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you liked it. It would be real helpful to me if you could leave a like. That would help spread the word. If you could tell your friends, that would let them learn about this stuff, and maybe they'll leave a like and subscribe as well. So I got more stuff to do. Check out my classic shorty videos. A lot of those really are some fun stuff that comes from myself, as well as some of my other friends that have goofy things that, is more entertaining. This is one of the schoolish type videos where you're trying to get better. Because if you can get better in 38H, man, it will transfer to your entire game. Believe that. So if you don't have a 38H, go pick one up for free. Totally worth it. It's an awesome tank for commander building. So that's basically all I have for you. I look forward to seeing you guys again very soon. And whenever you show back up, I'll be here. And it'll be fun to see you guys later. Thanks a lot.